My God, I hate drugs.
Do you want to take your education experience to the next level? Well, why not try the United States? And the U.S. Embassy in Manila is offering Filipino students an opportunity to study in the U.S. And to tell us more about this, we have in the studio Education USA Alumni Ambassador Ralph Kalinisan and U.S. University alumnus and DePaul University President Dr. Gabriel Esteban. Good morning and welcome to New Day, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. Ayan. Okay, so we understand, of course, Education USA Philippines provides students and parents with information on how, we can apply to accredited U.S. universities. And so please tell us more about this. I mean, Ralph, being an ambassador.
Oh, yes. EdUSA is a free and unbiased resource available for us Filipinos, those who want to enter U.S. colleges and universities. So, bale, sobrang sayang nga kasi nung panahon ko, when I tried to enter the US in 2013, wala pa si EdUSA. Pero ito, si EdUSA is here right now, assisting us to enter US schools, to look for funding or sponsorships. And third is to get the best match between the student and the school.
That's also important because sometimes there's a school for everyone. Now, how do we get in touch with EdUSA? How does this work? Do we just call them? Is there...
So actually, their resources are available online. You can do Facebook. They're available in educationusa.philippines, or just Google them. They're the answer right away. Or they can proceed to the US Embassy. They are friendly people. They are friendly staff, and sobrang I feel at home na with them. And those applicants who want to enter the US in whatever stage you're in, they want to enter college or postgrad, they can readily reach out to the Education USA people.
You guys make it sound so easy. Is it as easy as that, Dr. Gabriel?
Yeah, it is. It's very easy because even at DePaul University, which is the largest Catholic university in the US, you can apply online. So you can do it very easy. You can apply online. They have what they call also the Common App, which allows you to apply to quite a few universities at the same time. So that's the easiest way to get. But obviously, you want to learn more about an institution, and that's why you visit the website of the university.
Okay.
Right? And also depends on where you want to live and so on.
Okay, so if you do have intentions of sending your kids or you yourself wanting to study abroad for whatever master's program, anything it is, what is the first thing that we must do? Do we need our SATs? I mean, well, what is the one thing that we must at least just to start the ball rolling?
Yeah, if you want to go to college as an undergrad in the U.S., you have to have the SAT or ACT in most instances.
Is there like a number that would pretty much, so I have to go for?
No, different universities have different test score requirements and so on. And they also look at your high school GPA, among other things. So they'll look at that you're typically asked to fill out a survey, application form, and all those things, recommendations.
Does TOEFL work as well?
Yeah, you'll have to take the TOEFL if you're coming from a non-English speaking country. So I had to take the TOEFL, and you probably took the TOEFL also. Yeah. Right. So so that's all. Those are the basic things for international students who want to study in the U.S. But all of that you'll find online in all the websites.
And how soon must we start preparing?
Nako, ma'am, the soonest.
The soonest, okay.
If I can give an example, when I tried to look for scholarships during my time in 2013. I entered Fulbright. I tried to get a Fulbright scholarship. But yung entry level pala ng Fulbright is for 2015 already when I was trying to enter in 2013. So my best and biggest advice to anyone who's listening right now is to prepare. I did not prepare when I entered the US. I was a government employee then in Malacanang. And sobrang ginugoogle ko lang yung way ko through to the US. Pero with Education USA, which is a relatively new entity in the Philippines, but it's available abroad, it's now, it makes easier for us Filipinos to actually enter into the US. Gustong-gusto nga ng EdUSA, ng US Embassy, for us Filipinos to go to the US. So, it's easier right now. Ang buong akala nating lahat, mas mahirap ngayon. But no, they're trying to get more students to go to the U.S.
Okay, why is that? Why do they want more students to go to the U.S.? Is there a certain quota that each school must comply with?
No,
or?
there's no quota. It's more a matter of the U.S. Has always made it a policy to attract the best and the brightest from around the world, right? So that's always been that's how the U.S. has been able to grow as a country. So that's always been true. But one of the things I would suggest is if you're really interested in studying in the U.S., you start in your third year in high school, as a junior in high school, right? Now would be the best time to start just Googling different. There are about 4,000 plus higher education institutions in the U.S. So you want to have some idea as to where you want to go, what fields you're interested in, so on. And you just make that preliminary list. So by the time August comes around, your senior year in high school, you have more or less a list of universities you can contact. You want to send in, a lot of universities will do early admission, which would be this past December, they'll do their early admissions. You can still apply for this coming fall, which is September, August, September, until probably April or May. Then you have, that's when they do all the award letters, but the earlier the better. So typically August to December, you'll have a lot of students applying to go to college in the U.S. Graduate has a similar timeline as well.
So early admissions is always advisable because while you join in, you know, with everybody applying at the same time, baka mawala yun.
Yeah. I mean, you want, because some, especially the selective universities, they have a set number of students they try to admit.
Okay, and what was it like, or how was it like, you know, studying in the U.S. because you actually are in the country right now to give a talk.
Yes.
For DePaul University.
Yeah, it was while the Philippines was a colony of the U.S. and it's so Western, it was still culture shock, at least from my standpoint. Once you get there and you actually interact, what was surprising was the diversity in terms of the students. What was neat was getting to work with faculty and students from all around the world, I think.
Yes, correct.
That was the best part of the experience. Yeah, and we are going to be, to help answer a lot of these questions, we're hosting an event this evening at the Grand Hyatt, along with St. John's University of New York and Niagara University. So president of St. John's is also a Phil-Am like myself. So we're the two largest Catholic institutions in the U.S.
Oh, wonderful. So that's happening tonight. Is there like a big thing happening right now with all the other schools, or it's pretty much just DePaul?
No, actually, EdUSA has something in store for us Filipinos. Sa Feb 28 po, we will be in Radisson Blue Hotel in Cebu. On March 1, there will be an event in Manila. Yung venue po would be announced soon and be finalized soon. And both fairs will be from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay, so wonderful. So there's a lot of us parents can look forward to and actually getting our child ready for education. I mean, in the U.S., I actually studied in the U.S. as well, and I just found that it was a nice blend. You get the best of both worlds, living here and still bring whatever you learn from the U.S. back home. Well, thank you so much for being with us, spreading all this wonderful news. DePaul University, yes, that's a wonderful Catholic school. And thank you so much, Ralph, for being with us this morning and being an ambassador. Well, more for you here on CNN Philippines.
Authorities, rescuers, and volunteers in many parts of the Bicol region continue to clear areas devastated by Tropical Depression Usman. Rescuers are having a hard time searching for bodies buried by a landslide in Sangay Town in Camarines Sur due to occasional rains and a volume of soil that came down from the mountain. Mayor Evelyn Fuentebella says residents were twice told to evacuate, but many ignored the warning. Fuentebella also admits she didn't order a mandatory evacuation. Sangay Town is around 40 kilometers from Naga City. Local authorities say search and retrieval operations may only last until Friday because the daily rains may trigger another landslide. Meantime, the Philippines is sending over 6,000 tons of garbage back to South Korea next week. The shipping will begin January 9th in a ceremony called Independence Day from Trash. The garbage slipped into a Mindanao port last year and was misdeclared. The South Korean government has agreed to take the waste back and shoulder the transport cost worth more than 2 million pesos. Law enforcers investigating a group linked to the Islamic State in connection with a blast that killed 2 people in Cotabato City on New Year's Eve. Meantime, the Moro Islamic Liberation Front offers its help in tracking down the perpetrators. David Santos tells us more.
In its latest travel advisory, the United Kingdom urges its citizens to avoid traveling to most parts of Mindanao. The advisory covers western and central Mindanao as well as the Sulu archipelago. Unless important travels to other parts of Mindanao, including Davao region, is also discouraged. Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana downplays the advisory, saying it is routinary. He also adds there are no indications of more bombing attacks in Mindanao. The UK travel advisory comes after a bomb went off outside a shopping mall in Cotabato City on New Year's Eve. 2 people, including a driver for the Bangsamoro Transition Commission, were killed, while more than 30 others were injured. As a matter of procedure, experts try to reconstruct the bomb to determine its signature.
The IED bore the signature of the Dawla Islamiyah, Turaipi group, particularly of that of Salahuddin Hassan. But lately we have some holdings which we are thoroughly validating, and we cannot divulge right now until such time that we're able to confirm such information.
Speaking to CNN Philippines, The Source, PNP spokesperson Bong Durana says the situation could have been worse if not for martial law in Mindanao.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines is taking the lead in securing the area. So just like what Jel Sobihana said, it's good practice in crisis management or any crisis incident that we need to go back to normal. So that's why we are calling the people to go back to normal. While we can be vigilant, we should also be watchful but remain calm, because we don't want to let's deny the enemies of the state the luxury of causing us to cower in fear.
The More Islamic Liberation Front is offering to help the government track down the bombers. The MILF is currently busy campaigning for the ratification of the Bangsamoro Organic Law, with the plebiscite scheduled on January 21st. The group has warned against what it calls peace spoilers, hinting the blast could be meant to derail the plebiscite.
Pwedeng meron kinalaman, pwede rin hindi. Kasi nature ng mga terrorists para lang maghasik ng kaguluhan o di kaya na mga pananakot lang at saka hanggang mamatay ang tao.
Groups monitoring the Mindanao peace process are calling for sobriety, urging residents to avoid finger-pointing and for government to refrain from hastily blaming the usual suspects. David Santos, CNN Philippines.
A backlash on social media after a proposal to make the Bikutan and Sukat exits of the Metro Manila Skyway exclusive to vehicles with radio frequency identification or RFID tags. Signs were put up along the Skyway informing motorists that the 2 exits in Parañaque City will soon be made exclusive to vehicles with RFID tags. Toll Regulatory Board spokesman Bert Swansing said the idea had been proposed to them by the Skyway Operations and Maintenance Corporation, or SOMCO, and that the signs were meant to gauge public reaction on the matter.
Yung nakita na sign doon na limited to RFID usage soon, that's part of the sensitivity analysis na sinabi namin gawin nila. That's why we told them, you look at the bigger picture, what will happen.
TRB and SOMCO are set to meet next week to discuss the issue.